He joins us now. Alex, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Hi, how are we?
We're very
Excellent.
good. How are you? We're excited to speak to you this morning.
I'm good, I'm hanging, I can't complain.
Hey, you're fresh from Stagecoach. Now, I want to go to that.
Lauren's obsessed.
I'm obsessed with
How
Stagecoach.
cool do you need to be to go to Stagecoach?
Well, it's funny you ask how cool you need to be because I saw on your Instagram you saying that all your high school bullies go to Stagecoach every year, and this year Jelly Roll asked you to get up and perform with him. What a moment.
That's a big up yours.
I posted that like an hour ago. How did you see that?
I'm onto
That's
it.
insane. No, yeah, it was so cool, and I was so blessed. It's funny. Every year, my it tends to be the kids in the high school I went to go to that, and it was pretty crazy to get the text the next day saying, "Oh my God, I saw you."
What, the
really
bully?
cool.
They reached out to you after that?
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. I don't have any bad blood with anyone, and also we were kids. I don't mind. But no, it's always just a fun thing where it's like, Jelly decided to bring me out. Jelly's such a sweetheart that he is, and I got to meet some really cool people that night. And I was blessed to be able to be on the stage with that many cool people.
How amazing.
Yeah,
Crazy,
that full circle thing is extraordinary. What's life like for you right now? That must have been a bit of a pinch me moment. You're slaying it.
For sure.
You're slaying it on socials. Everyone loves the music. You must be in a bit of a nice patch right now.
It's cool. I'm definitely like, the one thing that kind of sucks about this is like you start to see how many people don't like you now, which is always like
The good
always
comes
a
with the bad.
curveball for me, I guess. But it's definitely really cool, and I've met some really amazing people, and being blessed with this position. And I think it's more of just like trying to make the most of it, and I don't want to mess up.
I know you performed Ordinary with Ed Sheeran. Is it true you guys met just that day that you did the performance?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we met that day, and it's so funny is he asked me to go to a bar with him the next day, and so in Nashville. So I flew to Nashville and went to a bar, and he got me drunk off 2 Modelo's, and I had to have my wife drive me home.
Yeah, well, he's a good drinker. He can settle in for a solid session, Ed.
Loz spent the night on a party bus with him, and I had to deal with her doing the show the next morning, and she was a shambles. How were you? How'd you pull up?
I was fine. I mean, two beers put me on my ass. I'm not gonna lie. I drink once a year, and so I chose that once to be with Ed, and it was quite a treat. And we were at a beer only place, and it takes just 2 Modelo's, and I'm gone. So honestly, he probably loved it. I was a cheap drinker.
It will be hard to say no if you drink once a year, and Ed Sheeran's like, "Come on, bro, have a few beers with me." I mean, you'd have to say yes, right?
Can I ask you about the song Ordinary? Because I bloody love it, right? It's just such a beautiful song. Is it like a story of transformation? Is that what it's about? Why did you pen it?
I wrote it because it's something that, I've noticed with this generation that I'm in. It's not a lot of people are getting married, I guess, at a young age, which I don't know if it's not normal or not, but I'm 24. I got married at 23 with my wife I met at 18.
Wow.
And, when we met, I had nothing. I was sleeping in my car, and she decided to sleep in it with me. And it was cool because it was like there was nothing that I had that she wanted except for my love. And I think that's really rare to find, I think, today. Everyone kind of wants something from you and wants like other things, and no one's really getting married. And I wanted to write a song about what we found was out of the ordinary.
What about devotion? Love and devotion.
So sweet, as if people didn't love you enough.
Also, I'll tell you what, the tour bus he's Skyping us from looks very different to the car him and the missus would have lived in.
Very true.
Yeah, are you on the tour bus?
I am on the tour
How
bus.
cool.
You didn't have bunk beds in your own shower back in the car back in the day?
No, I would sneak into open like pool communities, like pool communities. When someone has like a gated community, I would sneak into that and shower in their like gated pool.
You must be like so proud of yourself looking at this extraordinary life that you're living right now. Do you have pinch me moments? And what's been the biggest one where you're like, crikey, from where I was years ago to now, what's been the big thing?
I walked in the sound check with Ed Sheeran, and he was learning Ordinary, and hearing him just sing the chorus, I was like, I audibly was like, this is the coolest day of my life. And he just started looking at me laughing, and I was like, this is insane. And so we started singing it together, and my wife is there with me, and she starts bawling her eyes out in front of Ed Sheeran as him and I are just singing this song. And he thought it was so funny, and he loved it. This is such a cool experience.
You know
that was
what?
me where like Ed Ed is the reason I got into music. So it was just such a cool opportunity and a
Oh,
cool experience.
wow.
And we're email pals, and he helps me through a lot of this stuff. So it's been really cool.
I'm so glad you got that moment. Like, that's your hero. You know what I mean? And
They say never meet your heroes, and when you do and they impress you, what an experience.
And you know what? Ed doesn't love douchebags. Like, you're a good kid, Alex. You got a great head on your shoulder. I got 3 young boys, and you're the sort of, like, you know, you didn't bite back at the bullies. You just kept doing your own thing. You know, you got to perform. They were in the crowd. You know, you're the sort of lad that I get my 3 boys to look up to, mate. So well done.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
Let's talk Australia.
You're coming. You're coming to Australia. We're very excited to have you out here in August.
I grew up surfing, and a lot of my neighbors were Australian, funny enough. So Josh Kerr, if you know who that is, the professional surfer, he lived down the street from us and, you know, grew up, you know, idolizing him. And it's really cool, like, now that I get to go to Australia and people want to see me.
just be careful. There are
sharks.
There's sharks. There's also a lot of paparazzi photos of international guests coming to town trying to catch a wave.
Getting dumped by the surf.
Yeah. Just,
Really?
Did you ask Ed about the good beaches to go to? Because he loves Australia. He's here a lot.
Oh, I'm going to need that advice, especially he's a fellow ginge, so we need to watch ourselves with sunscreen.
I love the gingers.
should we take him out to Urban Surf here in Melbourne?
We probably should.
No.
Either that or Bell's Beach.
Get him out to a beach. Well, we're very excited for you to come out here to Australia. We love you out here, so we can't wait to meet you. We can't wait to see you when you come to town.
Mate, we'll have to get you in the studio.
Please, I'd love to. I'm obsessed. I say this all the time. I'm obsessed with radio interviews. I love to come in. I grew up watching it. So please, any chance I get, I will pop in and say hey and hang out for the day. You're just going to have trouble kicking me out. That's the thing.
We love that. We can't wait to
Love
meet
to see
you,
you.
Alex. You're such a delight. We can't wait to see you in
Good
town.
on you, mate. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much. Seriously, I look forward to seeing you guys in person.
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
Follow them on the socials.